Boasting the record for most consecutive title defenses in the UFC, current One Championship superstar Demetrious Johnson is recognised as one of the greatest mixed martial arts fighters ever. Passionate about his craft, he doesn't actually consider himself so much as a fighter, but more as a pure martial artist.
100%. You know, first I consider myself as an athlete. You know, and then I learned martial arts. And then, you know, when I learned martial arts, it wasn't, you know, to beat people up or to become a world champion. It was literally, honestly, you know, I'm not going to tell a story. I just literally walked in the gym to learn how to defend myself, I should say. And a lot of people might, you know, perceive that as me want to become a fighter, but it's just I want to know how to defend myself because I was a smaller guy. You know, I'm always out and about doing my own thing, so I want to be able to defend myself. So other than that, that's how, you know, it started.
The 32-year-old lives and breathes martial arts and has known since he was young that he had what it takes to thrive.
Yeah, I knew that from my wrestling days because wrestling I still believe is one of the hardest sports on the body and the mind itself because you go in day in out and you're just wrestling away. You're putting your body through the vigorous training. And I had great coaches and I was able to learn. I had a great learning curve. So right there I knew I was coachable and I knew I had a learning curve and I had humility because I'll get beat. You know, a lot of people, they don't like to go through hardship or adversity, right? My first year of wrestling in high school, I lost every single match. Every single match. My mom would come to the wrestling match. I'll lose, get a bloody nose, walk off the mat, black eye. And she goes, I'm never coming to your match. Never, never, never. And I was like, but, you know, a lot of people who face that, you know, that hardship and adversity, they're like, I don't want to do this. Sport's not for me. It's too hard. I'm not succeeding, not winning. But I stuck with it, kept on wrestling. And that's how it was in mixed martial arts. You know, the first time I ever rolled Bibiano, I got tapped out maybe 15 times. And I was like, you are a legit black belt. You are a legit 5-time world Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion. And, you know, I didn't quit. I didn't, you know, shy away from it. I was like, I want to learn. And as Bibiano would say, whatever you hate, you have to become to love. And then when you become to love it, then you'll be better at it. And that's how it was for me in mixed martial arts.
Johnson began his career back in 2007, and his obvious skills soon caught the attention of bigger organizations.
When I first started, you know, I was still fighting professionally, and I knocked somebody out in Alaska. And it was on Inside MMA. And they were like, we're going around the globe and just take a look what happened in Alaska. And then I head kicked Eddie Brock to the head. And then after that, that's when I got the call to go fight in the WEC. WEC was amazing. It was World Extreme Cage Fighting. It was on Versus. It was more geared towards the lighter weight guys. And it was awesome. You know, it was the first time, you know, Matt was there. And it was the first time I got my legit kind of contract. First fight was 3-3. MRI was $3,000. So I'm already down in debt and I lost the fight. So, I mean, I lost money in that fight. And I broke my hand. Biggest debut in my life. And I lose. But, you know, at the end of the day, losses happen, and, you know, it was what it was. I went back to work the next Monday. So, and then once the UFC, and then I came back, won a couple fights, and then the UFC finally absorbed the WC, and it was awesome. It was cool. My contract basically got absorbed by the UFC because there wasn't like no big homecoming. And fighting for them, it was good, it was fun, and then eventually they opened up the flyweight division, and I fought. We had a draw, me and McCall, and then I beat him the second time, and then I beat Joseph Rodriguez, became their inaugural UFC flyweight champion of the world in 2012. Defended my belt for 6 years straight, amassing 11 consecutive title defenses. And then I eventually just lost it to Hiroshito in a close split decision. And then boom, you know, that's when I was like, you know, I've done everything I can in the UFC. You know, I finished my opponents, knockout, submission, very last second submission, an incredible submission nobody's ever seen in their whole entire life. People have been watching this sport since, you know, the Roman days. And I was like, you know what, this is the perfect opportunity for me to go to where I think my skill set and my stature, my size will be appreciative, and I believe that's here in One Championship in Asia.
Enjoyment of different weight classes is something that's keenly debated by MMA fans around the world, and some believe that DJ's incredible reign at flyweight in America was underappreciated.
You know, I don't go out there and say I was unappreciative. You know what I mean? Fans might have seen it, and I can say that, you know, I think the North American model doesn't fit my skill set and how I carry myself as a martial artist. You know what I mean? So I don't want to say it was that company. I think the company goes to where it's going to sell more tickets, right? So as a one championship, like Chaudhry said, he's not interested in selling the fights, even though he puts on fights and he generates putting on the fights to inspire people and create heroes through their what's made them successful as which martial arts, right? So I feel like everybody over there and all the fans who know my journey and all that stuff and how I carry myself in martial arts are very happy for me.
Given his sheer level of dominance and for so long over at the UFC, fans could be forgiven for thinking that he'll be in for an easier ride over in Asia. But for those who do think that, Johnson's message is clear.
You're oblivious. I've always said this my whole entire career. There's always a bigger shark in it. There's always bigger fish in the world, bigger sharks. There's always a bigger fish in the world. And when you have that mindset that it's going to be a walk in the park, it's going to be easy breeze, a likely chance that it will turn out to be easy breeze. I've never overlooked my opponents and never overlooked my competition. That's what martial arts is about, preparing yourself to battle the best in the world. And I know over in Asia, I'm going to fight the best in the world. My longtime training partner and a great friend, Bibiano, he's been fighting people in Asia, and I see what he goes through, and I want to make sure to come over here prepared and give it my best.
When he arrived in Asia, DJ alluded to the sense that some fighters were encouraged to trash talk and stir tension in order to sell fights in North America, something he feels won't now be a significant factor at his new post.
It wasn't created to sell fights, but it was almost you get the aura that you see somebody who's successful, not necessarily successful, but who is creating friction, creating drama, get a bigger paycheck than the person who's defending their belt and doing it the right way. So it kind of incentivizes you to go down that path. But I never did. I never did that. All my years in martial arts, I've been in meetings saying, what do I got to do to get to that next level, to get that bigger paycheck? And he goes, well, man, you got to draw the eyes. You got to, that's what you got to do. And obviously, through my martial arts, it wasn't ever, people didn't want to tune into that, I guess.
Having been the inaugural flyweight champion in the UFC, Johnson's disappointed with ongoing rumours that the division may well be disbanded.
And you can kind of see what the UFC's values as a sports company, right? Like they're probably taking a look at it and it's like, hey, this division's not making us money, so we're just going to scrap it, right? So you can tell they're in the business they're making money, which is fine, right? But I think it's to be upfront with the public and the athletes, say, hey guys, you guys aren't selling, we're not making not a dime on this division, so we're going to cut it, and we're not interested in having the best athletes in the world. We're not interested in showcase the best mixed martial arts skill sets in the world, which I believe the lightweight divisions do. What we are interested in is making as much money as possible and, selling pay-per-views. And if that's the case, then I guess get rid of the flyweight division, which is just sad and unfortunate.
As far as DJ's concerned, a big upside to any potential closing of that flyweight division could be a greater number of lighter competitors making their way over to one.
Yeah, 100%. And I think if one championship is looking to sign more athletes over to one championship, I think he wants to sign the ones that are going to fit the brand the best.
As well as competition in the cage, Johnson's also delighted that one championship has made its way into the realm of esports, a pursuit that represents his other great passion and an opportunity to get involved.
Yeah, I'm very excited about the esports coming to one championship. I'm looking forward to see where they take it. Obviously, I have a role in it. Hopefully picking. I was with one of the strategists helping those guys pick the name and see what's going to roll right off the tongue. I saw some of the names that they were going through, and I was like, I don't know about that. And then obviously when it comes to picking the right games and all that stuff, and hopefully I'm able to do that.